Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 11 of the SHM Podcast presented by Hockey Trend. Two special guests, and let's meet them now. First up, he was selected in the second round, 63rd overall by the Seattle Kraken. Please welcome Nathan Villeneuve.
How's it going?
Good, man. And next up, selected in the sixth round, 187th overall by the Winnipeg Jets. Please welcome Kieron Walton.
Thank you. How you doing?
Good, boys. Now let's get right into it. Obviously, a couple of weekends ago, you're down in Vegas for the NHL Draft. Each of you just take the fans here through how the weekend went.
You go, Wally.
It's obviously Vegas is a different spot. It's pretty sweet down there. You don't see much stuff you see on a regular basis, but it was good. The sphere was really cool. I got to see Villy, so that was pretty sweet. And it was a great time.
Yeah, no, Vegas was pretty cool. I mean, some place you don't get to go see every day, and the weather there was perfect when we were there. So obviously it was a great time. I mean, getting to see Wally there as well, like he was saying, was pretty cool. And the sphere was also something that you also don't see on a regular basis, and it's pretty surreal.
Now, starting with you, Villy, obviously you get picked first there. Just take us through the moment the Seattle Kraken called your name, and had you been talking to him much, and were you kind of expecting that there?
Yeah, obviously I was talking to them a little bit. I mean, they have a couple prospects on our team, so they're at a lot of our games, and there's actually a scout that lives in Sudbury, so he was up there a lot. And obviously, I mean, I don't really remember much of the moment. It kind of just black out, and it took me a little bit to kind of settle down and notice really what happened, and it was just a dream come true. So it was pretty cool.
I don't think the reaction was as good as Beckett Seneca, though. That nothing's topping that one, I don't think.
No, nothing's as good as that.
Now how about you, Waltz? Obviously, sixth rounder to Winnipeg this year. Just take us through that moment for you and your family.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Obviously, I didn't know Winnipeg had a couple other teams, but when I heard the name called, obviously it's a relief, dream come true, and it felt great. So
Now, obviously, first time ever having a draft at the Spear. Overall, what was that experience like for you guys to be able to see that together?
Yeah, obviously it was a pretty surreal moment. Like I was saying before, there's nowhere like that in the world, and it was a great setup that the NHL kind of did throughout the couple months, kind of setting all that up. So it was perfect place for it to be.
yeah, Vegas was incredible. They did a great job with the sphere and stuff, and it was really cool. Just there's nothing really like that, like what Villy said. So it was pretty sweet.
Now, we'll go back a couple of years here. You both have been in Sudbury for the past two seasons. Both of you just take our fans here through how you kind of got there and first time getting to Sudbury and what you kind of learned up there.
Yeah, small town, very big hockey town. So all our fans are always there to support us. We had a great group of guys the last 2 years now. So that's something I always really felt like home going back to was going back to Sudbury, something I always look forward to. And obviously me and Wally getting drafted the same team was something that was pretty surreal. We both kind of knew each other before, and I always play against this guy, so it was pretty nice to be on the same team now.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. When we got drafted, Villy invited my brother and I to his cottage, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, Sudbury's great. It's a hockey town, and I like Villy said, the room's been amazing. I've been lucky enough to be in a great room for the past 2 years, so no complaints to Sudbury. It's great.
Now, one thing I do got to ask you both, and this gets brought up with any OHL player, the wolf that goes across the ice on a wire. What do you two think of that?
Oh, I think it's just something that kind of represents Sudbury. I don't really think I've seen anything like that before. I think every team also hates it. That's like the big thing around Sudbury is people hate seeing that wolf. And with our offensive talent this year, I think minimum 5 times a game at home, we're really going across the ice.
Yeah, no, nothing else to expand on that. Villy said it pretty good.
Now, not a lot of people get to experience this, but Walt, you did. You got to play with your brother in the OHL. How cool of an experience was that for the little bit you got to?
Yeah, it was sweet. Obviously, me and him played with each other since we were 6, so it was pretty surreal being drafted the same team with him. It was really cool just seeing him every single day, waking up, going to the ranks, seeing him. So that was pretty sweet, and then going to school with him. But yeah, when he got dished, he's got a great opportunity in Windsor, and he loves it down there. So I'm happy for him. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
How wild was it to then play against your brother after growing up with him on the same team for so long?
Yeah, it was nuts. It didn't feel real. Like you kind of look over and he was there, but I made sure to try and run him first shift, so kind of get him into the game.
Now, take us through the year for both you and Sudbury. Obviously didn't play end up the way you wanted it to with a playoff exit kind of early, but just take us through how the year went in your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like I was saying before, we probably had the most goals forward in the whole OHL this year. Our offensive talent was probably the best in the last 20 years now on a single team. We had, I think 10, 20 goal scorers. So, obviously our offensive thing was the best, but I mean, I don't think we just competed as well in the playoffs. So I think that's kind of hurt us.
Yeah, I agree. We had a stacked team. Obviously, look at the lineup. It's stacked from the first to the fourth, and same with the D. But I think we had a really good year. But obviously, we ran into a hot goalie in North Bay who kind of shut us out there. But is what it is. That's hockey. You live and learn, and looking forward to next year.
Now, for both of you, I always ask any OHL guys that come on your top 3 favorite rinks in the OHL.
Oh, obviously playing at TD Place. I mean, my hometown is probably up there. I think that'd probably be the first, just because all the family and friends are there. And I love playing in Barnes. I mean, that's just the type of player I am, a little gritty player. So, I mean, I like playing the Sioux. Sioux is always nice. I mean, we always have a rival with them, and then obviously London and Kitchener are pretty up there too with the facility wise.
Yeah, I'd have to go probably London first. That's that kind of speaks for itself. It's sweet, but the number 2, honestly, probably got to go like Guelph. I actually like. Well, maybe it's because I had 1-1 in my rookie year. I don't know. Might have changed that. But and 3, 3. Villy, what did you say?
I said Sioux, and then either Ottawa and
Yeah,
Kitchener.
Ottawa's a 6th spot. I like it there.
Now, one highlight that probably went all over Sudbury is that goal you scored, Waltz, against Saginaw end to end. How sick was that in your head after that happened?
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. I kind of just put my head down and went full speed ahead. I saw a couple of guys, so I'm like, let's try and make a move. I kind of like doing that move a lot, sometimes a little bit too much, but lucky enough, I was able to get past a couple of defenders there and just kind of tuck it. So I felt pretty good about myself after that one.
Now, for both of you, I'm assuming you've probably gone to Dev Camp already this year. Just take the fans through how that experience went. And I know, Billy, I heard that you had a little issue with FedEx, so maybe touch on that.
Yeah, obviously. I didn't bring my gear to Vegas. I mean, my agent told me not to. I wasn't the smartest guy. I should have done anyways. But yeah, I got drafted by Seattle. I went down the stairs. The first thing they said to me is, "You'll be leaving at 8 a.m. the next morning." So I was like, "Can I get my gear shipped?" So my mom called one of her friends back at home to go in the house, kind of grab my gear and ship it for us, and she was nice enough to do that. But I mean, my gear still hasn't been found yet. It's somewhere, but Seattle was nice enough to give me some new skates, new gear, so I can still participate in the camp.
If anyone finds a Sudbury Wolves helmet, Billy wants it back. I feel like some random guy's gonna be selling it on Marketplace, probably, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you, Waltz? Take us through how Winnipeg camp went.
Yeah, Winnipeg was pretty sweet. We didn't start till Tuesday, so I was able to come back from Vegas, kind of debrief from Vegas, and then I flew out Tuesday morning. It was great. Facilities are great. Really liked Winnipeg. We went to eat a lot of places, so it was a great time. And luckily, my gear wasn't lost, so that was kind of nice. And then, yeah, it was a really good time. Great guys over there, and I was drafted with one of my buddies, Kevin He, so that was pretty sweet too.
Yeah, I did see that. Now just talk about seeing him have that success and being able to be drafted in the same spot. How cool is that for you?
Yeah, it's sweet. We played with each other for like four years before that. So he's a great player, really fast, great shot. But yeah, it was pretty sweet. Obviously, I didn't know where I was going, but when I saw him go to Winnipeg, then I went to Winnipeg. I kind of clued in like Kev's on the same team, same draft roster. So, but yeah, it was pretty sweet, and it was pretty cool. I hung out with him a lot this week. So.
Now for Villy, obviously Seattle seems to like the OHL prospects with you, Nelly, and some other guys. How cool is it to see around the league that you're going to be able to talk with all these guys next year. They're still around.
Yeah, obviously it's cool. I mean, Goisey was there, so Goisey and McCallum. McCallum just signed in the A with Coachella, so I mean, he's gonna be at every camp so far. So it's nice going there. Kind of feeling like home already. Kind of knew most of the guys, Raycroft, Nelson, like all those guys. So they're all very welcoming. It's just gonna be fun to play against them, or hopefully play with them in the next couple of years.
Now, for both of you, has there been a moment where you've kind of lined up against someone in a game and you're kind of like, holy crap, I'm playing this guy right now?
I don't really. I usually just go out there and play my own game. I don't really think about that much, but obviously at Dev Camp, all these guys are drafted to the NHL, and one day, I mean, some of them will be playing 1,000 games in the NHL. So it's gonna be nice to look back on once in a while that, oh, like I played this guy at Dev Camp, and I don't know, it's just a really cool experience.
Yeah, same. I don't really like if you see a guy on the ice doesn't really matter, but yeah, again, like what Billy said, Dev Camp, obviously a bunch of really good players there, so it's pretty sweet. It's gonna be pretty sweet to look back on in 10, 15 years from now and see how all those guys did.
Now, did either of you guys get any texts from people you weren't expecting to text you after being drafted?
Yeah, I mean, I got a couple texts from some players. I mean, Shane Wright texted me. He just welcomed me to the prospect pool. I mean, I got a bunch of texts and calls from people that I really didn't really know who they were until they kind of introduced themselves. But honestly, I don't really care about the text. Just, I mean, I appreciate all the messages and just it was a good time.
Yeah, I got a couple. I got a bunch of ones I didn't recognize at the start, but then I clued in and I knew who they were. But yeah, a couple old teachers, stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. But it was just a really good day. Obviously, I was able to spend it with my family and got to call a bunch of other family members. So that was great.
All the old teachers hitting you up. Oh, I need tickets for this game. I need this and this. You're my favorite student, stuff like that, probably.
Yeah, they were definitely not saying that. They didn't like me when I was in class, but
Now, obviously, being up in Sudbury, a lot of road trips are kind of long. So just take us through what you guys do to kind of kill time on the bus.
Oh, yeah, our bus is awesome. We have a lot of chirp wars. We like to like chirp each other for a good like 3 hours over 5 hour bus rides every time. So they'll just go at it. I mean, a lot of card games. We also like to play this poker game on the bus and do a couple spins. So I mean, overall, our bus rides are pretty entertaining compared to most teams. And I mean, every team that comes here comes to Sudbury. Every like player says like their team was nothing like this, and everyone ends up loving it. So
yeah, our bus rides are pretty crazy. I really likes to get the guys going a lot. So he gets the guys going and the bus ride flies by, but everyone's chirping each other. So it's a pretty fun time.
Now, what's each of your favorite and least favorite road trips to go on?
ooh, my least favorite is probably the American one. Going to Saginaw and then Windsor and then to Sarnia. It's just doesn't really make sense to me to go around all the water and stuff. But I mean, I love being on the bus with the guys, so I don't really hate any road trip. But it's just the length of the one from Saginaw is pretty far.
Yeah, I'd say the one I don't like the most is probably the one to Sioux on Wednesday night. That one's pretty brutal. You it's a Wednesday night. You're just supposed to enjoy it, and you're going to Sioux for 3 hours. So that one kind of sucks.
Now, who's the cleanest and messiest in the Sudbury Wolves locker room?
Oh, um, I, I don't even know. The messiest would probably be Delic. This guy like he had like 1,000. No, the messiest is 100% Musty, not Delic. Delic's pretty clean actually. Musty has probably 1,000 pairs of Gitch in his thing. I mean, old shoes, one pair of shoes, people's clothes. Like he's probably the biggest mess with his stall. And then cleanest is probably one of the goalies. I mean, Vondris and them are pretty superstitious about their stuff. They fold their bags and then put them in. So he's probably one of the cleanest.
Yeah, I'd say I don't know who the cleanest is, but my stallmates last year were Chase Colgren and Nick Yearwood, and whenever Cogs and I would get something on Woody's stall, I get pretty amped up about it. So that was pretty funny there.
Now, who's most likely to forget something on a road trip?
Oh, Nolan Collins. every time we went to North Bay or somewhere, he'd always grab either if we were wearing a white helmet, he'd have his blue helmet in his bag. He'd leave his white one at the rink, and then we'd always just grab it, hide it in our bag, and make him stress when he got to the rink a little bit. But he's the guy that forgets it all. And then also Matthew Mania, we went to a morning skate. He forgot his helmet, so he went to the Lost and Found, grabbed the helmet with no visor on, and just said it was like a red helmet, just ripping around the ice, and a red helmet, no visor, pretending like he was Reeves.
Yeah, that was crazy, Marva. That was pretty funny. But yeah, I got to go with Collie. He forgets sometimes, that's for sure.
Now, who has Ox in the dressing room, and what's your thought on it?
I got it. I got the Ox.
Billy's got it. Billy's got it. Honestly, I got to give it to him. When I show up early, he's got pretty good tunes on there, and sometimes he get a little dodgy, but he's pretty good for the most part.
Yeah, I think my music's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Now, obviously, looking ahead to the OHL season, I'm sure you both are to get back up to Sudbury and play again here. OHL season schedule's already out. What are some of the games that you guys are kind of looking forward to next year?
Yeah, my first game back is actually against Ottawa. So, I mean, obviously, it's always nice to play back at home, and I'm lucky enough for not missing that. So, Ottawa's probably the game I'm looking forward to the most, and also probably playing my first home opener in Sudbury. So, that's gonna be pretty cool as well.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just looking forward to schedule. I don't got a team I'm looking forward to play.
Now, obviously, North Bay, probably one of the closer teams to you guys. Just talk about that rivalry a little bit. I know it got heated a little bit last year, but just talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, North Bay and us. It's usually us, North Bay and Barrie. We all have a little bit of beef together. I mean, North Bay is probably the biggest one because during playoffs we kind of closed our tickets off for people not with the postal code around Sudbury to buy tickets. So I think that's what really caused a lot of the stuff there. And then obviously when we went to North Bay, we had a fan bus, and I think we had a quarter of the rink sold out for us. And then in North Bay, they didn't have much fans because we kind of blocked the tickets off for them until like 15 hours before the game. So I think that's really what kind of started all those fights or whatever happened outside, I heard. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's a game of compete, and they're kind of just the team that's the closest to us, so we have to try to beat them for Highway 7.
Yeah, North Bay, it's a good rivalry. Obviously, it's fun to play in those games, but Northern fans, they get pretty rowdy in the crowd, so it's fun to play in.
Now, it's not really a new team to play, but Mississauga going to Brampton, you guys have to play in a new rink. Just talk about having to adapt to that when you do.
Honestly, I think they'll probably get the same amount of fans that they did in Missy. It feels like a home game every day there. So during playoffs, it was pretty sweet. We had after the game we had a Go Wolves Go chant. I mean, it was in the rink too. So honestly, I just don't think it's going to be too much of a difference to play in.
Yeah, I've skated in that rink before, so again, who knows? We'll see how the fans turn out. You hope a little bit more, but never know. But yeah, it'll be a little different, that's for sure.
Billy just absolutely went for their throat there, like just didn't hold back.
Just ripped them.
That's a wild guess there, but I mean, everyone kind of knows that it probably will happen, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone wants success for them. I think the wild thing to me though is I don't know if you guys saw the jerseys, but they kept the Mississauga M on the shoulders with the Brampton jerseys. Like I don't know why.
Yeah, that's weird. That's not going to look too good.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't understand it. I mean, Brantford's not too far, and Brantford packs their rink, so they'll be in a little bit of a competition. I mean, most fans there are usually Brantford, so we'll see what goes on.
Yeah, now one other thing I want to bring up here, obviously Hamilton went to Brantford last year. Talk about playing there for the first time and how crazy it was with the fans right on top of you.
Yeah, obviously it's a really tight rink. It's not a rink we like playing in much. I don't think we really had much success in that rink. The fans there, they're good fans. They're very passionate about their team, but at the end of the day, it's just I mean, it's their home. They practice there every day, and going into a smaller rink than the normal sizes, it's obviously pretty tough to play in. And when they have guys like Owen Protz and Jack, I just looking around trying to kill people there is something you don't really like playing. I mean, it's kind of my game style, so I like it, but a lot of players don't like to play there.
Yeah, it's different. I like it's a pretty tight rink there, so and the fans are kind of right on you. But they have a great crowd. You probably love playing there with the crazy crowd and stuff. But it's a good rink to play in. Obviously, hopefully we have better success this year than we did last year there. But yeah, it's pretty nice there actually.
Now, one at the rink I want to mention is Peterborough with the square corners. First time playing there for both of you. What was your first impression walking in and seeing that?
Yeah, I mean, walking in, I didn't believe this was actually a real OHL rink. In warm-ups, I shot a puck, I turned my head, and I was running into the glass already. So,
Yeah.
I think they need to fix that. It should be a rule in the league that you have to have a certain rink. I mean, it could be dangerous too on that rink. I mean, going to the corners is something that you can just run people over, which I like. But I mean, there should be a regulation rule there.
Yeah, it's definitely a different rink there. It sucks to be a winger sometimes because you don't know where the puck's gonna come flying out, and then you're getting sewered and you might get benched. But other than that, it's a decent rink and it's definitely different.
Now, before we wrap up here for both of you, just talk about the excitement of getting back up to Sudbury with the fans and all the boys.
Yeah, obviously, I'm super excited to get back there. I mean, I've been doing a really good job of my off-ice training. I'm ready to start playing games again. So, and obviously, seeing a lot of the boys returning is gonna be nice. And obviously, we don't know who's coming back yet. We have new coaching staff, so it'll be nice to meet as well. But in the end, I love playing the sport. And I just want to start playing games again.
Yeah, I know. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for to come back in Sudbury and hopefully Billy and I can be line mates so we can kind of get that chem going again. But yeah, I'm really pumped for next year. I think we got a pretty good team with us, and we got a whole new coaching staff. Should be exciting to play for them. So, and obviously the Sudbury crowd's incredible. So yeah, I'm pumped.
Now, actually, the last one here, but obviously it's tough losing some guys when trades happen and stuff. But just talk about the guys that went out and the guys you guys got in for that trade.
Yeah, obviously Connie, Collins, and those guys left. So and Marv's. I mean, they're all good guys. Marv was a guy that loved coming to the rink every day and just someone that you could always go and just have a laugh with. Collie was just a great leader. I mean, he wasn't the loudest guy in the room, but he's always there. I mean, there'll be more room on the massage table now, which is nice. I mean, he was there, I think, all day, like before a game, he was on 6 times. Just I couldn't get my treat that I needed, but it's all good. There's the vet there, and then Connie is also a guy that's. I mean, everyone likes hanging out with him. He's also not the loudest guy in the room, but he's always someone you can go to if you need something. So I mean, those guys are obviously gonna be missed, but the guys we got back in, I heard they're great guys, and they'll help our team even more.
Yeah, I'm gonna obviously miss those three guys. All three great guys. Loved being a part of the team with them. But yeah, obviously I haven't met the new guys yet, but what I've heard seem pretty good guys, and obviously it should help our team with depth and stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, definitely gonna miss those guys going to Flint, but they'll do good in Flint next year. So
Absolutely. Walt, Billy, thanks, boys, for coming on, and best of luck next season.
Yeah, thank you.
awesome. Thank you.